As part of election series, let's look at the concept of none of the above or nota option. It's been in news because recently Supreme Court sought reply from Election Commission on petition filed by Shiv Khera about nota. What actually the plea was, if you look at that, he requested Election Commission to provide a provision where the candidates who are getting votes less than nota be declared not qualified to contest in the re-election and conduct the re-election for next 5 years, which means a set of new candidates would be used for a re-election which is mandatory if nota gets majority. That was the plea. To understand the whole concept about it, let's dive into what actually nota concept is and what actually the utility of it, along with the genesis of introduction of option of nota. Supreme Court in 2013 in PUCL versus Union of India case has considered that filling of 49O form, which was actually serving the purpose of rejecting the candidates. If you understand this 49O form, you could get a clarity about what nota was actually intending to. There existed a form which, when filled by a voter, is considered as dissent expressed on the total list of candidates, which means he doesn't vote or doesn't like to let him represent by candidates that were filing the nomination in the election. So this 49O form filling was violating the right to secrecy. Right to secrecy or secretly vote by a voter. So as this was being violated, Supreme Court advised introduction of nota, which means none of the above in the ballot, which means effectively to print that as a candidate with this symbol at fag end of the ballot box. So with the introduction of nota, there emerged a new candidate, nota, which is a fictitious candidate. When we say fictitious, what actually it means is it doesn't entail any value. There is no arithmetic value of vote when you press the button of nota, but it is expression of dissent by a voter, which is guaranteeing him a right to reject. Now, the concept of nota, which was actually to be introduced to serve the purpose of advising the political parties that choose a better candidate, choose a candidate with a better record to serve the interest of people. But it has been misused, not actually misused, but the loopholes were capitalized by political parties in their campaigns and creating a narrative about nota. As a result, today nota is serving the purpose which is exactly opposite of it. So the utility of nota today to political parties could be mentioned by the data collected in 2023 election that was held in 4 states. So the data suggests that in 7.5% of constituencies, which would translate to 46 candidates, the margin between the winner and second candidate was less than votes polled to nota. So if there was vote transfer of nota to the second candidate, who would have made huge difference to the result of election. 46 being the number which is very huge, means there could be transfer of power between one government to other, one political party to other. So this has to be considered, and hope this data, with being cognizant about the ground level scenario, Election Commission would think about examining whether conducting re-elections if Nota gets majority with a new set of candidates would happen. If not, at least the reply would be re-examined by Supreme Court. Just as a new concept, the Nota's utility could be evolved even further. Before that, just as Supreme Court was seeking a reply, let's understand that Supreme Court's intervention should be only after Election Commission replies. It could only review the decision of Election Commission, but not intervene in between the elections. Hope you understood the concept of Nota comprehensively, and for more informative videos, keep following this series, and for any doubts, comment below. Thank you.